Hello, everyone, and happy Friday, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know what stream will ride. Good evening to all. We have a super fun episode, I hope. I mean, you come into these things and you have no idea what's going to happen. Literally, you never know what stream will ride. And so we are going to be playing Mario 3 NES edition. I'll explain a little bit about like how we're playing it and what version we're playing. We have one of Chris's super fun patches that I'm excited for. I have an update. I have a couple of updates that I want to share with you. And
Wine o'clock. Can Chris get it? I mean, this is going to be jam-packed.
Full jam-packed. We also are going to, some of you have posted about or messaged about how you picked up the wine that we're having for tonight. So thanks to everyone who suggested that yesterday in yesterday's stream, and that I think
is everybody sloshed already? Like, have they already tried it, or are they waiting for us to try?
I mean, you do you, but I kind of think that it would be fun if we all do it together when we get to it. Excuse me, I have like an Eloise hair in my throat, and I was posting before on Instagram.
How do you know it's Eloise? Why are you blaming her?
Because it's always her everywhere. She's literally everywhere. She has covered this house in her.
I just brushed her this morning.
That's probably why.
So, look, y'all, I made a pink hat, a Peloton hat. I got better at embroidering it so that it's lower on the brim. And I'm loving it.
Take off your helmet, your headphones, and let's see.
I made it a little bit smaller. I still think it could go smaller.
Is that, though? Look at Chris.
But it's centered here. It's centered.
I mean, tell me that that's not a hat that would be like $30 at the Peloton store. You know? Hi, everyone who's joining.
I still think it should be smaller. It's deceiving. Like before I go to print it or stitch it or whatever the word is, I'm like, it's going to be like, it's not going to be that small, or it's not going to be that big. And then it's still pretty big.
It's really remarkable. I think that you did a fantastic job. And funny enough, yesterday, Peloton released a bunch of new Pride clothing. And one of the things is a hat that is that has the Peloton logo. And I don't understand how you've created this scenario, but it's the diagonal rainbow colors, like literally just like that. They stole Chris's idea.
I mean, they're watching this stream. And I was on, oh my God, this is mind blowing. I was on Reddit today, like 5 o'clock, and I opened my phone and I look at like the top articles, and one of the third article down was a Today I Learned, and it said that Friends still brings in $1 billion a year. Yeah.
$1 billion?
It brings in $1 billion a year or something.
Holy moly.
I took a screenshot of it. It said, even though Friends ended in 2004, it still generates $1 billion a year from syndication revenue. So like it makes for revenue.
Yeah.
For the 6 main cast members who earn 2% of the show's syndication revenue, it means that they have an annual income of $20 million each just from reruns.
A check for $20 million.
Why they're not working, and why it's okay that they said, I'm not going to do any more episodes.
No, actually, they have worked since then a lot. Not all of them. I think that Chandler has had a really rough time, but Sam and Watson said literally everything comes out with Pride stuff in June. Yeah, it's an explosion right now, and lots of debate whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, if it's being capitalized on or for the benefits of money, or whether or not it is like a true equality thing. My quick take on this, I think if I was growing up in an environment that once a month, 1 month out of the year, I walked all over and just saw rainbow everything, with the expectation that what the rainbows mean is that love is love, and therefore you can, be with whoever you want to be, however you want to be. If I had access to that when I was younger, I don't think I would have had as like a tumultuous upbringing as I did with it all. So my quick take is no matter in my mind, like why they're doing it, whether it's money or whether it's like just for exposure, the fact that it still is a thing and exists out there in the world will absolutely help one young child be okay with things and have a conversation with their parent.
Yeah, I mean, look, this country is all about capitalism and making money and profiting from stuff. So I feel it's gonna just naturally come with the territory. But if it's putting it out there and making it known and mainstream and common, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. The only time I think it would be a bad thing is if a company is outwardly doing this, gaining money from the consumer for their shoes that have rainbows on them, and yes, we support you, blah, blah, blah. But then maybe on like the back end of things, their corporation is like not good with,
that's a good point. If they're
LGBT
like not
rights
hiring,
or whatever. Yeah. That to me could potentially be a huge concern, but I think the overall nature of it existing, because there's like in the gay world right now, there's like a lot of people who are like frustrated by the explosion of rainbows everywhere during June. And truthfully, I don't think that should be an angry thing. I mean, I think we all can understand that everyone wants to get a piece of the pie. Is that a thing? I don't know.
They know that the gays don't have kids and dual incomes. And so they want us to just buy lots of, and they know that we will.
And guess who is the sucker for that? Look, I mean, I actually raised my hand just to raise my hand, but I'm like showing you that I have my Apple Watch band.
A double sucker. We also bought the Peloton stuff that came out. I mean, because I can't even make it. Like, I can make it, and we still bought it.
And
Excuse me.
No, I bought the leggings. I'm super excited for. I think they look super cute, and I also am looking forward to the T-shirt that they have. So,
no, definitely Mega Meg. There are a lot of gay families that have kids, and they should. I'm just saying. I'm totally generalizing.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, I mean, we know so many people too. It's just that I think the I don't even know if it's a statistic. I can't speak to that, but I think that the majority maybe don't. But I don't know.
I'm
that
just
totally
pulling
be
it out of my
generalization.
butt. I have no idea.
So anyway,
I assume that we're the standard for everything, and so of course, if we don't have kids, then that means no other gay family has kids, and every other gay family has 7 cats.
Exactly. I met at the grocery store today when I was shopping for our camping trip this weekend. There was a woman who was there. She was the cashier, and she saw my Eloise mask and just commented on like, oh my God, I love cats. And I was like, oh, well, you should totally follow our Instagram account. And I just felt so weird in the moment because I'm like, that was like the first thing that came out of my mouth. But I felt weird because I'm like, I think my mindset was like, I think this person would genuinely enjoy our Muskrat Nation content. But why did I just so quickly jump to be like, oh, well, I've got this thing called Muskrat Nation. You should totally join. Meanwhile, I'm wearing the shirt of Muskrat Nation at the same time,
Like a door-to-door
salesman. I didn't want to be that person.
Did you take out a pamphlet and like say...
No, and then you know what I thought? I'm like,
then you're like, and also we've got this Twitch stream you can tune into.
Yeah, right? And I thought in my mind, I'm like, what is the proper way to handle that? Should it be like a quicker, or should it be a little later in the conversation? Should it be right at the front? And then in my mind said, don't make business cards. Like in my mind for a brief moment, I was like, should there be like business cards? I'm like thinking a business card. I would hand out a business card that says like join Muskrat Nation.
I'm gonna put the kibosh on.
No, well, yeah, it's what my brain did. You know when your brain does that weird thing where if you're on top of a boiling pot of water, you imagine your hand going in it, or whether you're driving and you imagine what if I just drove off the road, because your brain apparently is reminding you of the things not to do. And so this was,
don't throw yourself down the stairs.
Yeah. Well, in this case, more importantly, it was don't make a Muskrat Nation business card,
No, what
So-
I would sign up for and agree is a Muskrat Nation patch.
Well, of course. And then what? I'm going to hand this random cashier a patch. He's going to look at it and be like, what is this laced with? There's definitely dust in here that will kill me, So listen, I need to give you all an update, 2 updates on some things that I'm working on.
Not the dress. That you're
what?
not working on the dress.
Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, Chris, because that is something that I have access to. I went upstairs this morning to pick up something, and I just see literally Cinderella was happening. There were birds and mice and other woodland creatures all helping Chris sew this afternoon. So
Listen, we got out of work early, and I had to deliver.
Meg, that is a great point, and that's why I like our very first shirt that we ever made, which was this one that has the big logo. I really like this one because it's so easily readable. So like someone can just say like, oh, what's Muskrat Nation? But let me give you these updates. So the first update is in regards to our podcast. And there's I need to give you a little bit of like story here on why this is more complicated than I think it at any other point in history. The term podcast, I'm going to go off on a little bit here. It's actually from the iPod. If you remember the iPod that made Apple like as huge as they are today, before the iPhone. And the podcast was like a thing people did. Remember like GarageBand, Chris, where it had like the podcast support?
Yeah.
It was a thing that people did where it was just spoken word. Everyone had access to it. The Mac could be something very, easy for you to have podcast with and create your own podcasts, and everything was sort of built in. And then guess what? You can use this iPod to play your podcast. And so all of that to say that podcasts are very innately Apple. And I know that that's no longer the case because you can get them everywhere, right? Like Spotify and I don't know, any other place has podcasts for sure, but they are very much ingrained in Apple's like DNA. And so for the longest time, Apple's had this Apple podcast program on the app, and podcasts by nature, because they're user created, are always free. They've always been. That's just been the case. The expectation is that if you were to sign up to listen to a podcast, it's always going to be free. You can have ads and things in it if like a company sponsors you, but a user would never need to pay money to get the podcast. And as of this past month, the month that we tried to apply for a podcast, out of, I'm saying now, what, 15, 20 years of podcasting,
Yeah.
literally that long, they've officially made a huge change to podcasts. And the way that they did it was they have the normal free user base and also this paid subscription version that you could choose as a creator to have. So you can say, we want to make this podcast really good, so we're going to make this be, I don't know, I think you could set whatever you want. You could say like $5 a year, something like that. And so they're in the midst currently, like at the moment, of redoing their whole podcast service. And so in the time I applied, of course, I got no response from anyone about anything related to my application.
That
And I'm
is like
just
the worst feeling when you're sitting there and you're just, it's out in the ether and
Literally.
there's nothing to, nothing to do.
And then I called Apple, I messaged Apple, but then the thing is Apple's podcast support is way different than the like other retail parts of Apple.
As in it's non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, now I think I have like an email, but I just have to wait for them to email back. All of this to say that I was able to get approved the other day, and I was able to export our episode 36, I think, and upload it to our podcast channel. And now we're at a point where, because of all of these updates and changes that they're making, it's going to take potentially up to like a week for the channel to be created. Once the channel is created, it seems that going forward, things would be a little bit easier to and quicker to upload.
Did you find that out from the reply from somebody?
No,
or that was
no.
just through reading the articles online?
Reading the articles online, because the first email I got said, "Hey, sorry, we've been having some issues, and it should be fine now. Like your ability to upload should be fine." And so I did, and it was. And currently, when I look at the website, it says that our stuff is published, like that.
We don't even want to use the new features. We just want to put our audio up there.
Yeah, exactly. So the Airstreamers account is active, and also the episode is technically published. But because the the podcast service takes some time to index them, they say, normally a brand new channel can take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours is what I read online for it to go like live on the store. And it's been like a day and a half. So we're still within that. But the other thing that I know is going to F it up is that it's Memorial Day weekend. And, you know, the last thing is the fact that they're updating their whole service. You know?
I mean, what's weird is what was weird to me when we were doing the conversion, because we're just taking the audio from the stream and converting it to they need like a certain format for you to upload it. That's like a lossless type format. And the audio was like 2 gigs worth of data.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one episode, and it's like for probably like, I mean, a podcast is probably like an hour long, like on average. So this is like maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the fact that we're uploading all of that to me just seems excessive when you can just have it in probably like a 50 meg file.
I know. And the fact that it all is free in all regards, I think is very interesting. And I think that people have made significant like strides using podcasts for like businesses and all sorts of stuff. So the fact that it now allows you to have like a subscription based system, I think is definitely pretty cool. But
yeah, it'll help creators.
We just want to upload our streams and stuff, you know. That's all we want to do.
Think of all the guests we could have. Charles and Camilla, the cast of Dawson's Creek Reunited.
And then you see on the tag of where are they reunited, and it's like on the Airstreamers podcast featuring Can Chris Get It? And you're like, what in the world? Wow, they've fallen off the wagon, you know? So you guys should check out Podbean. I think you can syndicate right to Spotify and iTunes right from there. I have seen that, and I did notice that, but it actually still connects through the same Podcast Connect service, which is where the problem is right now.
It's probably like Apple has, it's like their Connect store or their Connect login for the App Store.
Yeah, and you know what else is complicated?
Has to go through all of that.
That iTunes Connect that we know of and like the back end of things is the same as Podcast Connect, but it's not the same because it's a different name, but they're the same service. It's bonkers. Like I've deep dove in all of this. So thank you all for the questions about it. And you've all asked a lot about when is it happening? And, you've asked about updates on it. So thank you for doing that. And Paul said, Apple Podcasts are really screwed up at this week with the upcoming subscription nonsense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. So the other update I want to give is in regards to the Snake Hill documentary. I was so excited today. When I tell you I spent maybe 2 hours working on this. I'm going to jump ahead and say, don't be excited. Just forewarning. But at this moment, as I'm telling my story, I was really, really excited for what I did. I was able to successfully get the content off of the DVD without a copyright. And my intentions were to upload it to somewhere and have you all get access to it. Now, let me explain what happened. We don't have a single CD drive in this whole house. And so what I was going to do was go and buy that Apple CD DVD drive to use just to return. The only things we have are playable disk drives, like the Xbox and the PS4 and 5. And so then Chris was like, wait, why don't you hook up that really old PC that we have upstairs? And I'm like, okay, let's figure that out. So it's a whole process of like getting it up, connecting everything, putting the DVD and figuring out how in the world am I going to get this off of there. There's no internet on it because it doesn't have a Wi-Fi card and we're not anywhere near Ethernet. I mean, it was a disaster. I tell you the things that I did to get the content off of there and then onto my computer, unreal. And so I was so excited when I got to my computer with the content and I'm like, I have the disc here. Oh my God, this is great. Can't wait to talk about it on the stream tonight. And I go to upload it and I just wanted to check it beforehand and I hit play and it is the whole video. It doesn't have any audio. And I'm like, what in the world?
What was the name of that program that
Handbrake. Handbrake works well, but the problem is we didn't have that's on a Mac, yeah. And so Apple doesn't sell it still. It's the Best Buy one. Kara said Tim has the Apple USB CD drive you want to borrow it. That is very sweet of you. Thank you. But ultimately, I don't know what the problem is. I swore that I heard audio when I was doing it before, but I am not giving up.
What is the program you're using now?
I'm just using VLC Player. You know, that thing that rips, whatever. And then the other issue was that there were 3 spots on the disc that were scratched beyond like readability. And so when it was pulling the DVD data and it gets to that point, it would break and end. So then I would only have like 45 minutes of it. So then I had to go into like the chapter marker and pick like a part that's just ahead of that and start the encoding or whatever from that point on. And I had to do that 2 times. It has been crazy.
Well, look, maybe it's the copyright gods saying we shouldn't do it and we're going to get arrested.
No, we're not going to get arrested from Snake Hill. And Chrissy said, it's so thoughtful of you to go through all the trouble, though. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely want you all to see it because I really think that it's a crazy story. It's not a great documentary, but we've talked about it so much that I really, really want you to see it. And I am determined. And when I get determined on something, I will make it happen as best as I can. And at some point, listen, if it doesn't work, then deal with it.
So look,
you get what you get and you don't get upset.
Exactly. That's the motto.
Exactly.
Should we do 1 o'clock early like now because people might be trying it with us and maybe they're itching for...
Sure. Yeah. Let me just answer some of these questions here. Bella said, can we do some sort of watch along? Unfortunately, no, because of the copyright stuff. And if it was somewhere that allowed for that, yes, but it's not the case. So what I would be doing would be breaking technically like copyright stuff, And if that's where you get arrested, then that's just sad. 100%. 100%. At least I should rob a bank and make it worth it. Yep.
That's true.
I agree.
See, there's always a worse crime that you can commit, right?
Yeah, but I mean, yes.
Is that a good rule of thumb?
But I don't know that I'm going to follow that. Oh, sure. I'll go burn this house down because it's better than
murder.
Murder? Yeah. No, don't listen to Christopher here.
All right, let's switch to wine o'clock.
What are we doing? Oh, wine o'clock.
Wine
yes,
o'clock.
Let's switch. So do you need to switch?
Oh, yeah. Well,
All right, so many of you may have this bottle in your home, and I'm going to pull it, hold on, from your home straight to mine. Oh my God. This wine is called Unshackled. Yesterday I saw this when I went to buy wine for yesterday's stream, and I thought the bottle looked really cool because it looks like one of those padlocks that you use for like your bike or I don't know, whatever else. And
it gives me what the Christmas Story, the one that we watched this year. The Christmas Story it's like Auntie Anne's decoder key. The one with the Christmas Story with the kid with the glasses that you really don't like. You'll shoot your eye out.
Oh God, I hate that movie. Yeah, isn't it Christmas Story or something?
Yeah, and he gets the little decoder key in the mail, and when he gets it, he has to like it's like, make sure
hate
you
it.
drink
I hate
your
it. I hate it.
Ovaltine. And he's like, really?
So this is called Unshackled, and it says it right up in the middle there. Next to it, it says California up there, and then it says Cabernet, and then it says Sauvignon, and then some other stuff, which I don't know what it means. And it is from TPWC 2019. And when I went to the store,
2019, isn't there amount of like, shouldn't it age, or is it just like, oh, now we're gonna mass produce it and
Yeah, I
get it out?
guess.
And
but it's called The Prisoner. Like, I think it's made by The Prisoner, and it's Unshackled, or it's called Unshackled, and it's I don't know. There's a lot to it. And there's no real story. Ooh, if you have the bottle, look at the back. There's like this secret font, and you have to read it in the glare, and it says, "Freedom is a state of mind." Wow, look, it's right there.
I'll look at it when
It's
you
cool.
pass it.
All right, so what else? Do we have any alcohol content? 14.5.
All right, well, you're doing it right,
Alexis
Elias.
went into this wine bottle. I
Oh, wow,
loved
it is a secret.
So then, Jody, is it bottled in 2019? Is that what what that is? Yeah, the movie with the lampshade. Yes. Charlie Boy, blocking and reporting. How can you hate that movie? It is not a good movie.
I mean,
It's really bad.
I don't hate it as
And
much as
then-
you do.
At the end, they go to the Chinese food restaurant, and it's one stereotype after another.
Oh yeah, that I'm surprised it didn't get canceled. Actually,
It is
maybe that's this year coming
so
up.
bad. The language that they're using, the obviousness of them like making fun of them. Oh, it's not a good time. What are you laughing at?
You're just. I didn't mean to set you off.
Oh, I mean, I hate it. It's literally the worst. And also, let me explain another reason why. When I came from America and I didn't understand English for a few years, like with movies and stuff, I did miss a significant chunk of content that I think would have given me a nostalgic factor.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we're all
Yeah, I think
gushing
so
over.
too.
It's not like everybody grew up watching it.
Christmas Vacation, I think, is better and has aged better.
I get
Okay,
stronger
so-
smells from this one.
If you are drinking this wine, drink along with us, and then after we give our review, tell us what you think. I
You
do
get
get some
smaller
some smells, yeah. I need to taste more. Okay, so you should review first. I won't look.
I feel like Leslie.
No.
What?
Don't give your.
No,
your-
I'm not. I'm just
Oh.
gonna give a note that Leslie is right that I always give like, yeah, it's okay, and I sort of now boxed myself into like a 1, 2, 3, where it's like 5, 6, and 7 are really my options.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I need to just relax that a little bit
Yeah, you do you.
and use the full 7 spectrum of muskrats.
Totally.
When I'm
That's what
rating
I'm
this.
doing, legitimately. I think 5 for me is like not bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Did you review?
No, can I put my thing up?
Put yours up and then I'll
Okay.
tell you what mine is.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is a 3.
Interesting.
Can I see yours?
Yeah, I put mine up.
4.
I said
Wow. I almost said 4 too. Interesting.
I don't think it's like
Alana also gave it 4. That's so funny. Look, here's my thing with it. I'm gonna can we switch out of 1 o'clock so that we can stop the music?
yeah.
My thing is I've told you before that I don't like when I know it's going to give me heartburn. And I'm feeling that about this. Patsy gave it a 4
could
as
see
well.
this. Yeah, I could
Wow.
see.
This is so funny that we're all totally in sync. This is crazy. I feel the acidity more than I'd like. It is surprisingly not as strong as I think I would have thought it would be. And I do get some of the notes and flavors and things that like I'm supposed to, I guess, whatever. I don't know what they are.
The smell
though.
is nice though. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Like the smell was nice.
The date is the vintage and when the grapes were harvested. The date is the vintage. What does that mean? The vintage.
Sam and Watson, I don't think you can give wine to cats. That's made from grapes. Those grapes are poisonous.
Unless Sam and Watson says the cat wine. Like we have given cat wine before.
The cat wine, yes. Actually, that was one of our most popular videos that we made.
Yeah.
It's really old and they make this catnip wine that's not wine at all. It's like beet juice, I think.
Yeah, and they just add
then
the
they add
extract of the
essential oils or whatever of the catnip.
Yeah. We did that. We made a video of that once, and that video was our sort of like first viral video that went online because all of a sudden we had what we thought was like an incredible amount of views, which at the time was like 150,000. Right? I think it was about that.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then it went to some sort of like international, like either European or
yeah, I think
Russian
it was on some Russian site somewhere.
Yeah, it was like a crazy time. But the video is super cute and funny. But then our next viral video, the most I think was the one with me kissing Bernie and him not kissing back.
No, also the reels of the cats jumping in the box that had like 600 or 700,000 views.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Actually, the thing is, I'm thinking of the fact that video that I'm talking about went on Cats Up Instagram and had over 1 million views.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that went viral that I was in or the cats were in. But out of our content, I think it was the reels with the cats in the boxes and stuff. You know, so the birthday cakes never made it as like big, you know. And after we had 4, I want to say, we realized that keeping up with that was an impossibility because it was like a huge thing. So now we just do like a something once a year for all of them because we have a farm, you know.
So listen, on the giveaways, a little bit of an update. The giveaways for Kyle and Too Shy for You, they're ready to go. We just have to wait for our shipment of Muskrat Nation stickers to come in. And I don't think they're coming in until Tuesday of next week. So they're ready to go. The picture and the dumpster fire patch are all set. We just have to wait for the sticker to come in.
Yeah, I don't think we realized we ran out of the ones we had.
I thought we had like a couple more.
Yeah, I in that corner cabinet, I thought we had some and we didn't. So vintage is just a fancy term for when the grapes were harvested. Oh, wow. That is an unnecessarily fancy term.
So do you think we should, I think we need like
Look at Cheddar's paw.
sewing music now that this
Sewing music. What does that even mean? What, play Cinderella in the background?
Oh no, we'll get it.
Oh, Bella missed the dumpster fire patch because she was on that phone call yesterday. You don't have it like nearby, right?
I can go grab it. It's in the kitchen.
All right. I mean,
I'll show that.
When I get up, also I can get it too.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Because I'm certain that's going to happen. And also, Sandy Cat, when I get up to pee, I'm sure I will. I will do that Muskrat Love because now I can't because I've got a Cheddar. Everyone, look at my screen for a sec. Look at Cheddar.
You guys probably can't hear it, but it is like a storm outside, and I'm living for it.
Me
and it's
too.
supposed to be cold and wet all weekend. And normally going camping, we would be like, oh, that's, you know, prior to the Airstream, when we would go camping with the tent, it would be like, oh, well, this is just cancel. Like, we're not going.
Yeah, I don't think we would have gone tomorrow if we didn't have...
But now I'm like looking forward to it. We'll turn the heat on. It's going to be nice and cozy.
I love it. I
can't
wait right now.
And the muskrats are going to be taken care of by Sue.
Kara, where are you located? Yeah, I know you're near here. I feel like you're very close by. 30 minutes in, close to pee time, said Sophia was here. Actually, I think I'm doing, like, fingers crossed, I think I'm doing kind of okay right now. So, but we'll see what's going to change. It just sort of comes out of nowhere, and then I'm like, I need to go. So are you going to do your sewing stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to show the completed
Okay.
one first. Okay, so this is the giveaway for today, and it's something that is born out of this stream. And oh my God, Callie peeking in the window. So I had this, like, this came actually from the chat. The chat said, you know, we should do something like this. And then I thought about how could I portray this on a patch? And so this is one of my bigger patches, I think, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's, other than the Muskrat Nation logo, this
I
is
think it's the biggest one that you're
patch.
giving out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is this is the design I came up with. This is fully my design. And it says, nice eggs.
Wait, I didn't know that, Chris. This whole thing was your design. You drew the whole thing?
Yeah. I drew the egg.
I
and-
thought you Googled that image.
No, look at the eyes.
Are you an artist?
Look at the eyes and the smiley face.
What are you saying? It's like animated. It's like a cute egg.
Yeah, it says nice eggs.
What?
And,
we'll explain this if you don't know what this means, because it's
and
very
his
personal
little
to the stream.
stubby legs. And
Thanks, Peach, please, for subscribing.
His little stubby legs, or her, I don't know. I mean, do eggs have gender or not?
I would
Probably
say
not.
I would say
because
their egg.
their eggs because
legs. Sorry.
their eggs because they haven't yet been fertilized, so we don't know what their gender is.
So, in case you are unfamiliar with the story of Nice Eggs, I will just quickly sum it up. Every day that I get to work, I put 2 hard-boiled eggs in a little Ziploc bag, and I usually don't bring lunch with me. And so what I do is like hold the little baggie. And I mean, I don't care what's going on in the morning. I'm just trying to beeline to my room. And the one morning when we were getting our temperature checks happening like weeks ago, I was standing there like awkwardly waiting to get my temperature checked. Then the security guard who was doing it looked down and was like, "Oh, nice eggs." And I just thought that was the literal weirdest
No,
thing.
I heard that story for the first time on the stream. And if you guys go back and watch it, I'm like, who says nice eggs? That's such a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
And I think it's hysterical. I mean, it's probably just my stupid humor that I think is.
I think it's super funny.
But I love the design. And there's a little bit of like an Easter egg, no pun intended, in this. So you know how people say, oh, he's a good egg, or oh, that's a bad egg or something? So I have it saying nice eggs, but I wanted to make his eyes red so that he's kind of like a bad egg at the same time. So we get a little bit of conflicting storytelling in the patch.
Oh,
So
yeah, the
that's
eyes
a
are
little
ominous.
inside scoop.
And
on
this
the
patch, of all the things that I think Chris has made so far, this one is very specifically personal to Airstreamers. Like, I think if you have this patch and you try to explain this to someone, they're probably going to be like, what in the world are you even talking about? You're like, yeah, I watched this channel on Twitch with these 2 gay guys and a million cats, and then they were talking about his eggs the one day. Like, it's bonkers. But I think
so
it's
stupid.
such a funny thing to have. So...
And it's on, it's the first time that I used my little circular cutter. So it's a little bit of a better cut than I've done in the past, which I'm happy about.
That looks good, Chris.
Yeah, it's pretty centered. I'm
Abishi
happy
said,
about
and
that.
today I posted about how I make eggs. I loved that. Did you see it on Discord?
No.
Take a muffin pan, a little mini muffin pan, and put the cracked eggs in there. You can also put like vegetables and things beforehand, and then bake them at I want to say it's like 375 for 15 minutes, and then they come out in these little perfectly spherical discs that are hard, like not necessarily hard boiled because they're out of the egg.
Yeah.
But and then Abishi stacks them in Tupperware, and then that's the breakfast for the week.
Oh, that's genius.
I
That's
know.
way easier than what we do.
I agree, and it's an easier sort of set and forget kind of thing. I
yeah,
think
we should do
try
that.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And Chrissy, it's on the list. I definitely need a cheesecake patch. I just have to think about the best way that I can portray my love of cheesecake. I don't know. I have to sit on that one for a little bit.
Kara said that I always think you're more east, but I'm 15-ish minutes. Right above Hackensack. So it's like on the way to when I go to work is where Kara lives. So yeah, you're definitely going through the same things we're going through right now. So
look,
wait, Abishi, how are they hard? I'm confused how they're hard boiled. That doesn't make any sense to me, unless I don't know what.
Does she crack the egg into the muffin pan, or is it just putting them in the?
I don't know.
In with the shell.
I'm fascinated by that.
So this is my process, my creative process for making my patches. So I started off with nice eggs. This one. And now I've like decided that I'm just going to take notes as I'm printing them. Because this one I had...
How cute is Chris? Like, look at all of this.
I had no pattern on this stitching, so it was just like a straight line. And I didn't like how that came out. And then I went to this one where I used this tatami pattern for the egg, and it came out way better. And then I started doing these 3-pass bean stitches, which, what am I even saying a week and a half later? But I liked how the 3-pass bean stitches came out. And I said, let's go to this one. This is really hard to do. This one, I cut out the eyes and I decided to go with red eyes on this one to have that little Easter egg. And then this final one, I said, if I'm going to do 3-pass bean stitches, why don't I do 5-pass bean stitches?
I mean,
more is better.
Obvi.
And so I did this one. And I cleaned up the eyes and stuff. And then I resized it, made it bigger, cleaned it up a little bit, and then this is the final one.
It's really fantastic seeing the process, Chris. You are remarkable.
It is a ton of fun. I don't know where this came from, but I'm living it, like living for it.
So Heidi said that whatever the cheesecake one is has to be perfect because that's what they're going to brand themselves in for the cult. The cult that we have formed. So Katie said, today at work, I was explaining to one of my coworkers who also owns an Airstream trailer about the Twitch stream and Muskrat Nation, and she probably thought I was nuts. LOL. Yeah, I mean, listen, we have our own little thing here. If you know, it's like that. If you know thing.
Yeah.
But I think that this stream is for sure accessible to anyone, you know? So yeah, totally, Sam and Watson. And I love the community we have formed. I look forward to these all the time. I can't stress that enough. But tonight we are playing Super Mario Brothers 3, and we are going to see how far we can get. Couple of things that are happening, just so that you all know. Hi, Jess. Welcome. What you need to know is we are going to be using the Nintendo Switch Online Virtual Console of NES. So it is technically like the Super Mario Brothers 3, but it is going to be played on the Switch. We are playing with no warp pipes. We're going to just go through and see, how we do, how far we go. And there's like a save state situation where you can like save a copy of the level and board that you're on in case you fail. We will be utilizing that on the off chance that we like real badly F up and like have to restart. We don't want to do that on stream. But we'll see how we do. I mean, I don't know how far we go, So that's it. That's my little spiel beforehand. My thought is we should probably start and then we can share our stories of like, the NES and whatever as we play.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stories, and a lot of you on the stream probably grew up playing this or played it, at some point. So,
what was that noise?
I don't know. Oh, did I click something on here by accident?
I don't know. That was weird. Steve said that he heard that we're doing all 8 worlds of Mario 3 tonight. Yeah, we're not going to do the warp whistles. We're going to just try to go straight through and see what happens. The other thing is, I want to get this out of the way beforehand. I think that I have said this word wrong my entire life, and I think it's just a product of how I was brought up. And I think Chris also says the word wrong, and I do actually think it's Mario. Like I think Nintendo sanctioned Mario. I have a hard time with that. I feel like I want to say Mario, and I do. That's how I speak.
Yeah, but I think in Jersey it's Mario. Like
Yeah, but if
the
Nintendo
person,
says Mario,
no, but in the person, like if we say, what's his name, Mario, the guy from Saved by the Bell,
Mario Lopez.
Yeah, Mario Lopez. That's what you would say. You wouldn't say Mario Lopez.
No, but because Mario Lopez prefers Mario Lopez, but Nintendo is the one speaking and saying Mario, therefore we have to follow Mario. That's the thing. If I'm called Elias, I better be called Elias all throughout. Not like, oh, well, in Minnesota we say Ilias, so I'm going to just say Ilias because I don't know why I picked Minnesota. Sorry if anyone's from Minnesota.
I mean, look, Elias, we're going to do what we're going to do, and Nintendo's going to be okay with it because we're giving them tons of money. All these games we buy from them.
Yeah, I mean,
they can accommodate us two people who say Mario.
But no, I don't want anyone to ever feel like, no, I think I might start saying Mario. I'm going to
make fun of you every time you say it, though.
I'm going to try to think about, Chris, the importance of my name and that whole.
You're a person, though.
And you're saying that Mario is not?
No, he's not. He's literally a character.
No, he's not. He's a real person. Don't tell me otherwise. Patsy just started playing Miitopia So Wonderfully Twisted. It's so good.
Yeah,
No,
Bella,
Bella, that is incorrect. In English, it's pronounced gyro. I know that the Greek version is gyro. I'm Greek. But again, it's one of those situations where the American language says that it's gyro, so therefore we say that it's gyro.
But then what if you say, like, what is it? Instead of mozzarella, when they say mozzarella.
Mozzarella, like that. And
is that even a thing?
No,
I don't
it's
even
all
think
garbage.
That's how you say it.
No, it's wrong.
Italian.
I'm getting heated, so I'm gonna move on to the to the game.
We've entered angry Elias territory.
No, I'm just kidding. And funny enough, we only had, what was it, a half of food for dinner. And so like,
oh no, go to the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. There. I always hold my breath with this stupid capture card.
So, yeah, Gabagool and all that.
What is
stuff? Go, Cheddar. If you're going to go. Okay. All right,
pizza.
Christopher, are you ready?
How are you supposed to say pizza?
Is it pizza or is it pizza? I think maybe. Or
I say pizza.
Wait, why am I mad at Bella?
Because she's telling you to say it gyro, and you're saying it gyro.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. Oh my God, I'm just totally kidding. So, Beach, please gifting a subscription. That is so
Thanks,
sweet
Beach,
of you.
Please. You guys are the nicest.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna switch to the game.
You know what? The goal is
every hole.
Any hole.
Oh my God.
Is my controller on? Oh, we're not on the game. Oh
yeah.
My God.
This one is weird. You can only switch with the minus button. So
old school.
All right, look at folks. We are at Super Mario Bros. Oh my God, I messed it up. Super Mario Bros. Or Brothers 3 Pizza. You know, Jody's here, I think, Bella. I think, yeah, Jody just mentioned something. Giada always says it like that on TV. Oh my God, Giada.
Baby Giada.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. So check it out. We are going to start a 2-player game. I typically like to play as as Luigi, but right now, by the nature of how our controllers are connected, I will be Mario. I'm just going to say that as my
it's a drinking game tonight.
Here we go. Oh my God, this game, instant memories. Here we go. Oh my God. If you have never played this game, I encourage you. Wait. My buttons my buttons are backwards. We need to, Chris, I'm resetting because I'm not okay. No, my buttons I don't think it's the way that I think that it is. So I need to just figure out. Yeah, why does B not jump?
What are you doing, Elias? Are you even a gamer?
Hold
Do
on.
you have
a
one side
second.
on, maybe?
No, they're both on, but about special controllers? Oh, no, I don't want that. Look, why is it like, why is this button not a button that can be used?
Because they want to reserve that button. It's sensitive.
Ew, so look, I have to do this?
No, or it was a NES. It was this and this. B and A were parallel. Like,
Oh.
NES game.
Oh my god.
oh my god, it's like you didn't even have an NES
I
growing
didn't have an NES, and that is a whole
Yeah,
part of the conversation we're going to talk
up.
about.
I know.
And Chris, remember that the last time we played this, we played the Super NES version, the All Stars. You remember?
Yeah, I didn't want to. Elias asked if we could play that one, and I said no because I want to play the.
Why did someone say something in the chat about it?
No,
Oh,
I don't think so.
oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
Can
god!
I tell my story about this game?
Yeah, just
'Cause I
don't
think
shame
it's-
me.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
God.
shame
Oh
you.
my god!
There's
Oh
no
my
shaming.
God.
It's like a nice
Oh
little
my god!
nostalgic story.
Yeah,
And
then
I think
tell
it's
mine.
super interesting because
I'll tell mine. Wait, actually, Chris, I think that this is on.
this game was a game that I told you guys that I really love Mario 2
Mario.
and and my grandma was getting me a birthday present and I was my grandma's favorite, of course. I mean, there was no competition. I mean, it was there's 6 of us and it's like hands down, of course.
Oh
I'm
my god, I didn't
grandma's
get the
favorite.
star.
She didn't say that, obviously, but I knew we had this relationship. And she knew that I loved video games. We had the NES.
It's your turn, by the way.
And she got me this game for my birthday. And I just want to know what the conversation was like in where would she have gotten it? On Jody, thank you for gifting another sub. You're killing Elias. Killing Elias with subs.
My apologies. Chris, you're missing the P and everything. What are you doing?
Listen, this is a speed run.
It's not a speed run.
I'm gonna do my thing.
I looked over to see who did the subscription, and the wine just flew down the wrong part of my throat. Oh my god.
So
oh my god.
she got me this for my birthday, and I
good.
was like so happy about it. I was like, it totally made my day.
Are you even playing? Like, you're
Yeah.
supposed to run and do the thing and go get the pee?
Listen, let me tell my story. So, I'm curious what the
Brian.
conversation was like when she goes to the store and she's like,
God.
what game are they playing now? I mean, and they were like, oh, get Mario 3. And I was here for it. Whoever the salesman was
Changed
is the
your life.
unsung hero of this story. I have no idea who this person was, but they got me a wonderful gift for my birthday. And the funny thing is that I got this game in this exact house because if you guys remember, we bought this house from my dad and renovated it. This was my grandma's house. And so I years and years and years ago played this exact game, not in this room, in another room in the
mother
house.
effer.
And so I think that's my little like nostalgic story that I played in this house, this exact game as
and
my
now
birthday.
we're playing
as
this
husbands.
game as husbands in front of a lot of people. Oh, thanks, Sia's daughter.
Sia's daughter.
You're all
Thank you.
so amazing.
Don't kill Elias with this one though. Swallow it properly, Elias.
I'm good. Okay. Wait, how did that just happen? What happened? What happened? Could grandma ever imagine?
Exactly. So I'm taking this.
Yeah, go for it. It's really wild to think and super nostalgic that that's the case. That this in this house, not in this room, not in this space, but... Oh, does it randomize it, the gift? Because if so, then that is the bot. But I guess that's still fine. It's just that no other user is going to be accepting the benefits of it. Oh my God. Yeah, I think it's just whoever's on, and I guess our bot is on just by nature. But it's all good though, because it still counts towards the subs
The sub
that we
goal,
have.
and it's it definitely still helps us.
I apologize that I'm just dying right now, folks. This is crazy.
Were you? Somebody asked you what the birth order was for me. So
Yeah.
I am 4th out of 6. Oh crap!
You can rewind if you want.
No, I don't want to rewind.
There's a new feature in this where you can rewind, but it's fine. I'll take over and do this. We know of the whistle, and we also know of like the fact that this board doesn't need to be completed, but I guess for the sake of what we're doing, we'll just do them in order, I guess.
Yeah, Sam Watson. I am one of 6, which is crazy. And honestly, it's kind of like my family, I feel, is like divided into really 2 groups. There's like the older kids and then the younger kids. And so I'm kind of like being 4th, I'm kind of like the older of the younger group.
Oh, this is a disaster. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is just like butt clenching.
I never understood what those clouds were. They always look like cinnamon buns or something.
You know what they are? They're the beginnings of Poliwhirl and Poliwag
Poliwhirl?
from Pokemon. Look it up. It's so exactly... Oh my God, I'm stressed out. Oh my God, I thought that was where I needed to go. Holy moly, I just almost died. Oh my God. Whew.
Look at everybody sharing their family sizes. There are 2 boys in my family, like me and my brother, and then 4 girls.
Alana said, what does butt clenching mean? We use this term amongst our friend group when something is so
Intense, like
like intense and stressful, like in the moment that you like tighten your butt cheeks, you know? Like that happened, like legit.
I don't
as I
think
was just
we
playing
realized
that.
that we have our own little vocabulary.
Well, that's one of them. Butt clenching,
Corpse hole.
the corpse hole. Yeah,
So we're not doing.
we are not doing the war pipe here. And
Oh my God, it's coming for me.
so, like, in these moments, if Chris didn't know what was going on, he could say that this is a butt clenching moment because he probably is. Are you not? What? Chris, you're going to die.
I'm not gonna die, Elias.
I'm going to share my story of my video game history shortly. I just want Chris to... I don't want to take away from him.
What is this guy's name again? Oops.
Goombula?
He's like,
I feel like everyone knows what butt clenching is except Alana, said Bella. How many years difference between you and your oldest and youngest siblings, Chris? That's a good question.
I don't know.
And Steve said it's awesome that the guys are playing some retro goodness. Totally.
I have no idea.
What do you mean you don't know?
12 years, maybe?
All right, so
To my
listen, let's see if
oldest
I could do
sister?
this.
Maybe like 11 or 12 years to my oldest
I messed
sister.
that up. Okay, wait, that's what I wanted. Can I do it?
And then
Yes,
to
okay,
my
wait,
youngest
Christopher.
sister is 8 years.
I messed up. Mother.
It still works.
No, it doesn't. What do you mean it still works?
I mean, it's close enough.
Oh, this little... Did it.
I don't know my siblings' birth dates. Not really.
Yeah, that roulette game can be won. The trick is, watch my screen at the bottom. As the thing is coming up, when it hits the middle, press the button. So when the matching equivalent comes up at the middle, right below, you got to press the button right there. And it will always match up. It'll always work if you do that. This game needs a better playlist. The sound is horrible. This is from 1988 or 1990 or something.
I want to say
So
90 probably.
this is like bit tunes, they're called. This is legitimately all that could come from Data. And actually, funny enough, you're saying that because this music has become legendary, like iconic.
Did the same guy who made the music for this, was it the guy who made Zelda music or no?
I don't think that it was Koji Kondo.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was, but I'm not too certain. Oh, there's a Muskrat Love, but I need to, I guess in a little bit I'll pee.
Bernie. So I think with this patch, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Bernie.
I've got 3 of them made. I'm probably going to save them. I don't know that I'm going to print more of these. These are kind of like a nice little special edition. I don't know. I'll see.
Oh, I need to share my story.
But it is a pretty neat patch, if I don't say so myself.
I think it's super cute. And super, like, memorable. Oh, my God. See, that was a butt-clenching moment, Alana. Like, I quite literally clenched my butt cheeks.
TMI.
Well, I mean, we all have butt cheeks. Oh, my
So tomorrow morning, I'm supposed to do this Saturday 60 with Jess Sims on Peloton. And I'm like, she hasn't done it for... She hasn't done a Saturday. How long has it been? Like 2 months? A live one?
Yeah, because she's more than that, I think.
And she is going to be a monster on it, I bet.
Oh, she's going to make up for all of that time,
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh-huh.
You need to sell within the group to help fund new games. We are considering that. We're working on the logistics of making something like that happen.
I'm gonna like, if we do that, it's gonna be a limited run because I don't want my fun hobby to turn into work.
Yeah, that's very true, Chris. But also, I think,
But I do get a lot of enjoyment out of sharing it with people and like giving it away and knowing that somebody else has this patch that I made.
Alana's been saying the same thing all night. I don't know in regards to what. Good job, Chris.
Which
I
one?
am
What was I talking about?
I don't know. This game was very progressive for the time when it came out in the 90s. I agree. This was a huge moment in gaming. All right, which one do we pick?
That one.
Wait, I'm going to pause for a sec. Do you all know that this mushroom house... Let me show you. Can I pause? No. All right, so look, I'm going to pick something, and I'm going to pick this one. Okay, so it was a flower, right? Now, if I saved just before that and went back into that room, it would not be a flower on the left.
I think our minds were blown by that.
Because I thought it just, when you enter the room, but even before you enter the room, it's like predetermined what it's going to be, but it's literally always random.
It's random when you choose it, not random when you enter the room. That's what we found out.
Yes, that's
and
what
the
it
only
is.
way that we found that out was because we never would have known that as kids.
No, because it would be
Because we
impossible to
wouldn't-
do that, to test that.
But then
because of
now
the
that the
save state here.
save is
Okay, I'm going
it's
to go
your
pee
turn.
while you do this. Oh, wait, it's my turn? Yeah, I'm going to go pee. So do pee music. Did you do Muskrat Love?
I did not do Muskrat Love. He's such a floof. So Bernie does this weird thing where if you ever have seen pictures that we've posted of Tater Tot and how he sleeps with his Tater Tot normally sleeps with his paw folded underneath him, and we think it's because like when he broke his paw when he was younger, it probably just is more comfortable for him to sleep like that. And Bernie started doing that all of a sudden, where he sleeps with his paw underneath it, and we think that Tater Tot taught him to do that, and he was doing it just before the stream before. It's so cute. Yeah, I'll remind Elias when he comes in to get the dumpster fire patch. Those I have a bunch of. I think those are really adorable. This was just more of like something fun to work on because I got out of work early today, and I had this idea to make a nice eggs patch, and I thought it was funny, and I wanted to bring something to the stream tonight, and so that was what I spent my afternoon working on. But yeah, Steve, this music is wonderful. I need to think of how we can encapsulate the embroidery work in a song. Like, what type of music would that be? Would it be like death metal, heavy metal, something like really super masculine? Don't forget the dumpster fire patch so we can show Bella. It's yacht rock. Steve wants to write lyrics to the P music.
I'm here for it.
So Bella, this was my dumpster fire patch that I made on Thursday stream?
You know, I don't know the P music.
It's a secret. You'll never know.
And when I edit it, I usually skip over the fact that I wasn't in the stream, you know?
You were in another stream.
I was completing another stream. I didn't message Bella or Alana today while I was peeing.
If it focuses, but it's super cute.
So cute. No, I have a small bladder, Paul, so I always end up going at least once, maybe sometimes even twice. Streamed to completion. Okay, my turn to. Oh, look at them, Chris.
Bentley.
We need to find a screenshot that is an appropriate screenshot for the Polaroid as well.
What is happening down there?
Bentley seems to be in a better mood now. This game was so good. After I beat this board, hopefully beat it because
you know what's like really interesting is to think that there was the level of progression that they had in the NES where they started with like Super Mario Brothers, and then they went to Mario 2, and then like this for Mario 3 with like the graphics are really good on this.
For what it was able to do, like, yeah, exactly. It's considering. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, what a stupid mistake I just made. Is there any secrets here? No. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I don't think I'm gonna do this.
What's this guy's name? Louis?
Roy?
No, Roy is the one with the glasses.
Did I do it? Oh, thank god.
Good job.
All right, jump and grab the wand.
I mean, it doesn't count unless you catch it in the air.
Yeah, I mean.
By the way. The sound that it makes when it...
Vicky clenches butt cheeks this whole board.
When it goes away, where it's like that... That always kind of like gave me a little bit of like shivers. I really didn't like that sound.
Oh, Steve. Yeah, that is one of my favorite stories in video game culture. And I will share it in case you're unfamiliar with it, anyone. But Mario 2. Wait, this is a good screenshot. That's creepy, though, if we just did, like, that ghost Peach down there. Mario 2 was not initially... Wait, why is it my turn still? I just keep going?
I don't remember.
That's Bizarro World. It's just hard for me to talk and play at the same time.
Well, I also know this story because it's my favorite game. Bentley, welcome to the stream. But I can tell
Mario. No, I'm good. Mario 1 was obviously world changing, right? And then they made Mario 2 in the same vein as Mario 1, as in it was like the same graphics, the same like level design and everything, but they made it significantly harder. Why did I do that? Give me.
They made it for Japan.
Well, yeah, and it was significantly harder, like big time difficult. And so they called that in Japan Mario 2. And it didn't sell well at all because word of mouth got out that it was like an impossible game and it was just not a good time and no one bought it. And so for the US audience or the non-Japanese audience, oh my God, I just died. They were like, oh boy, we need to make money from this. So what do we do? And what they did is they found a game called Doki Doki Panic in Japan that had nothing to do with Mario. And Nintendo basically like bought the rights from them and was like, okay, well, to make it Mario, we're just going to replace all of the characters with our own characters. And that is how Mario 2 was born. Mario 2 is not... I mean, it is...
Mario 2 in the States.
Yeah, it is technically like canonically a Mario game, like obviously. But in its development, it was not a Mario game at all. Like they literally, I'm sure that Nintendo had some say in
that's BS
in making some changes and differences to make it. Oh my God, you're gonna die here.
God, Elias, you have literally no faith in your husband.
And so that's how Mario 2 was born.
Oh, crap. Super
Mario 2 for Japan, which in the US they did ultimately re-release, and it's called the Super Mario World: The Lost Levels. So that game is in fact Mario 2 for Japan, and it is 100% joyless. It's just the series of punishing levels that like are difficult just for the sake of being difficult with no proper sort of level design.
But that game didn't have save or anything in it, so it was probably...
Why does it have to go that way? Okay, whatever, I'm over it. Dead to me, star. What, Chris?
It didn't have save in it, so can you imagine playing that?
Oh my God. What are we doing? This is so hard to talk and do this at the same time. This game is Super Mario Brothers 3. Elias is talking up the whole series. Did you guys watch a Super Mario World with the start of you? Did you guys like Super Mario World? Yeah, I love Super Mario World. This game we're playing right now is Super Mario Brothers 3. But the game that I'm talking about is Mario 2. So technically speaking, in the scope of like, we're the worst. What are we doing? This is like a sequel in a way to Mario 1, technically. Because Nintendo developed Mario 1, they did not develop Mario 2, and then they redeveloped Mario 3, which is this one. So that's that.
So maybe a life goal of ours is to go to Japan.
Well, yes, that is a life goal.
And go to Japan specifically to also see the new Mario World that's opening up at their Hollywood
Oh my God,
studios.
it looks amazing. Wait, what did I just do?
That's what we need to...
What just happened? I didn't mean to do this.
No, I think because it might have just been like in your path.
Okay.
So maybe what we could do is when this stream becomes fully syndicated and sponsored by Oprah.
Oh my God, Yoshi's Island is fantastic.
We can do a remote stream from our Airstream that we fly over to Japan.
I want to share my story in a little bit of why I never had an NES. Oh, I messed that up. Nintendo's philosophy is about making gameplay design that works really well for a variety of different folks. So like people who are skilled can get joy out of it, and people who are unskilled can also get joy out of it. And I think that Mario is the best example of that. Like anyone can play these games.
Right, Kara? It looks really cool. I mean, we watched videos of it. I can't believe that it's kind of like opening in the midst, or was going to open in the midst of like the pandemic.
I know, I feel so bad.
But I think it looks really cool.
Okay, so my story of growing up. I came from Greece, from a very unwealthy family. And when we came to America, we stayed with my aunt for some time. We didn't have like a home here. It was like a whole lot of stuff going on. And so what ended up happening is my cousin, who we stayed with, had a Sega Master System. And I didn't know what this was at the time. And I didn't know what video games were at the time. We grew up in like a really like third world looking country in Greece. And when I came to the house here in America that we stayed at, and I was introduced to my cousin, and I was introduced to like the gaming world by him showing me the Sega Master System, I could not wrap my head around what was even going on. That there's a thing my cousin is holding that's connected to this TV, and he's changing the actions of the TV character by his own hands, right? That's what initially blew my mind, because I never saw that. I knew that was even a thing. And the game that he was playing was some sort of like fighting game.
On Master System?
On the Master System, some sort of like karate fighting game that I can't remember the name
people
of.
don't know the Master System because it wasn't really popular here. So it was...
Your turn.
What?
The Master System was Sega, their very first home console. And it was kind of like the Super NES. I'm sorry. It was kind of like the Nintendo that people called, which was NES. It was properly called the Nintendo Entertainment System, but we all decided that we're going to call it NES. And so the competing platform to the NES was the Master System. And it ultimately didn't sell as well, but there was a lot of really good content for the Master System. And again, we didn't have money.
It was available here though, right?
Yeah, it was. Because what ended up happening was...
Like, would you go to Toys R Us or would you go to like Bob's Super Electronics?
No, it was available. Like it made a thing.
Because I didn't remember ever hearing of the Master System until I met you.
The Master System was hugely popular in Europe, like Steve said, and I didn't know about Brazil, but it was what everyone was talking about in Europe, which is why it sort of entered our family's radar, because I guess that, our family spoke with a lot of their Greek relatives in Greece, so that, when the conversations probably came up, they talked about Master System. And so, oh no. And so, when I expressed interest in video games as like a whole, I really wanted one, but like we couldn't afford one. Like there was no way my family could spend any money on buying a Master System. What is this board? I forgot. You have to do it, right? Oh, it's a sun.
Yeah, Paul, the Master System's the equivalent of, or the competitor to to NES, and Genesis, which was, I think, the first really popular Sega system in the States, is the equivalent of SNES, Super Nintendo.
Steve said I knew one kid in junior high who had a Master System. Everyone else had NES. Yeah. So, and this is why, the reason I'm going back pretty far on my story here is because I need you to all understand where my like hardcore, oh my God, I died. My hardcore passion for like Genesis came from.
Well, Sega,
yeah. And so again, we didn't have money. My parents, I'm sure, felt really bad that like I wanted something and they couldn't get it for me. And I was fine. I wasn't like a spoiled kid. I understood what was going on. And so that Christmas that we were here, my one aunt got My one aunt got me and my brother a Master System. And it was one of the best days of my life. Like, just the simple fact that someone cared enough about us to do such a thing, and we knew that it was expensive, and we knew that it meant a lot for them to do that, and we also then knew the selfish benefits of it, that we were gonna like have fun playing this, you know? And so, again, that was a life-changing moment for us because it introduced us to video games at like a personal level. Whereas, you know, when you play at someone's house, it's not the same thing as like when you stay up all night playing at your own house, you know? And me and my brother's relationship pretty much has centered around and continues to center around like video game conversation. So it's really an important part of my life. And the best memories that we had growing up were centered around video games. It created a lot of
because there's a little bit of an age gap between you and your brother.
Yeah, there's
so
6
I think
years.
that was something that maybe just made it a little bit. It was games were accessible across that age gap, and so
yeah, exactly. Just like I'm saying that you know, Nintendo's really good at making games that are that are really good for all sorts of ages. That was what our experience was with Sega. But now, granted, with all that said,
my opposite for me, because my brother and I have a similar age gap, and with me, it was he got the Genesis for Christmas the year before, and my parents were going to get us 2 systems. And so I had to wait because I was the younger kid to get NES or SNES the next year. And he never even played it because he's a POS.
Tell us how you really feel.
Bastard.
I was just kidding, but you went there. You're not going to get any of these things? You're just going for it.
I know. This is a speed run. Oh, man. Chomp.
Oh, my God.
That's what I get.
So you're saying then that you were the NES kid and your brother was the...
Oh, 100%. My
Master
brother...
System kid.
No, my brother had... He didn't have... we both had, like, NES. And then it... Like a few years later when Genesis came out, he wanted Genesis. So he got Genesis. And that Christmas, like, I wanted SNES. And my parents were like, no. And my parents probably thought, you're a stupid kid. You don't know what you want. Because I was the younger one.
Did you see what I just did there?
And
Terrible.
listen, who's the doctor now and who has patents?
I know.
And I knew what I wanted, and I knew that it was the right decision. And SNES has a legacy, and Genesis is defunct.
Yeah, well, yeah, let me just keep going, though, in my experience.
But wait,
here.
I'm just going to get on my soapbox for a second here. He also made the brilliant decision to want the Neo Geo and the TurboGrafx 16. So, like, if he's making those decisions... Listen, parents, you need to question his judgment and listen to the good kid.
Who is you?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Who's ever heard of TurboGrafx 16?
I think Chris plays better when he's ranting about his brother. Steve, your story with your brother introducing you to Shining Force is exactly with me too. I was young when I came here, like 1st grade, 2nd grade. And so the reality is I also was learning a whole new language. And so I truly had a tough time with a lot of things. But wait a sec, let me focus. I need to look and identify.
Yeah, Paul, he had the TurboGrafx and it was weird. There were like no games for it. I don't know why he wanted it. He had it, like they got it for him, and it had those weird cartridges that weren't cartridges. They were like almost like credit cards.
Oh my God.
and they had the exposed contacts on them, and then you would slide the cartridges in to like the slot, and that's how you played it. Yeah, it was like a big SIM card. It was so weird.
Milana, who has heard of TurboGrafx 15? I'm no one, of course.
Alana, I have to just call you out and say that your recaps on Discord of the episodes are just hysterical.
Do you think I can make this happen?
No, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you were right. There's no way I could have done it. So then we are masters at the Master System. Like, we've played a billion games. I've learned so much about video games. I've learned so much about RPGs and racing games and all sorts of stuff. What was that? Did you see that? That was
the video game gods telling you that you have to do better.
No, that was the video game god saying that this system had really poor retention rate with its graphics. So, oh, Jesus!
I think you have to go up.
Oh my God! So then we get a Master System. We get a Sega Genesis, which is. Am I able to pick them up with him as the baby? Yeah. Which is the competitor to the Super NES. And now look, here's the truth that I'm going to say as an adult who's had a lot of time to think about this. The Sega Genesis had some good stuff. The Super Nintendo had a lot of good stuff. All right. So like at the time though, I would tell you that I think the Sega Genesis is so much better for a variety of different reasons and whatever. And so like the whole fandom that appeared was because people just felt very passionate about one side of things versus another side of things. But I think pretty objectively, we can all agree that the winner here is clearly Nintendo for a variety of reasons. First of all, they're still, oh my God, they're still around. They're still selling things. They're making a ton of money. Sega is only now a developer. They got out of the hardware industry. And so I think that as a young kid who really has all of these positive memories associated with video games, specifically the Master System, that is probably where my deep love for Sega came from. Because maybe it wasn't the games more so than it was the relationship that it helped form, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, that's how I became a serious Sega fanboy. And then when I grew up and like realized that I was sort of wrong, I had like a whole long history of games to catch up to play, which is why me and Chris played these games a million times. I've learned a lot about them, but I don't have the instinctual sort of like nostalgia that everyone else seems to have with these games.
Paul said an interesting thing about how Nintendo kind of bounces between wild success and failure. And it's so interesting because like if you think of the consoles that they had, they had NES, which really like of course that was a success. That was like really starting a lot of the video game industry. SNES, which was successful. Then they had N64, which was like, what was it? Was it kind of successful?
Yeah, the N64, I think. Oh my God, Cheddar.
Did he disconnect the controller?
Are you for real? What does it mean that I continue?
You're going to go and your cards are going to flip over again, the ones that you beat, I think.
Are you for real? Oh my God.
Then they had the GameCube that was a failure, and they bounced back with the Wii, which was a crazy success. Then they had the Wii U, which was a total failure, and now they have the Switch, which is a total success.
My hope is that their next console is not a failure. Ultimately, I think for me, the big generalization is that the video games, the reason I think I enjoy playing video games so much is because I connect them directly to personal relationships and the joy I find from them. Me and Chris have had some incredible.
Oh my God, this controller is really weird. There it goes.
Me and Chris have had some absolutely incredible memories relating to video game play and just connected to moments of video game playing. And I think that, I didn't know this secret. Excuse me. You could have told me that every time I got to that point.
I mean, I'm not here to play the game for you.
I literally play It Takes Two for you every single day that we play.
What are you talking about?
I'm playing my screen and I'm also looking at your screen telling you go here, do that.
Well, you're nicer than I am.
Oh my God. I'm sitting here trying to be all mushy and gushy, telling you how my favorite memories are of us playing video games. And now I'm like trashing you. But yeah, so anyway, that is why I think that I connect so deeply with games as like a medium, as like a whole, you know? Also, I felt...
Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
Oh, crap.
You just got rid of all of them. And then I felt like a lot of my experiences growing up were not mostly all positive, and the only time they were ever was with video games. And I know that sounds like kind of hokey and corny, but I think that that's why I even felt strong enough to want to do like a Twitch channel, you know, like that whole idea came from that. So.
Oh, that's BS.
You missed my video I sent you about McDonald's, Chris, said Alana.
Where?
Oh, the
Discord?
tables have turned, said Deb. Go on the top side. Pacific Ocean Plan said go on the top to the side. Oh my God.
Shoot. Where was it, Alana? On Discord?
Bella said mom and dad are fighting.
Do you want some wine?
Yes, I would like some wine, please.
Some...
Wait, so does this mean this opens up for me here? Yeah, pick a box. Any box. Okay, here you go, Chris. Is the green leaf the Tanuki suit? I forget.
The green leaf?
Yeah. Or is it the frog or something? I'm confused.
No, the frog is the frog. Oh, okay. Alana, I'm really bad with DMs on Insta, so I will check it.
Okay, so
What
now
is
look.
the green leaf?
I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, isn't it the one with the like? I don't know. Oh, on Discord.
No, she said she DM'd on Insta, but she also put on Discord.
Oh, got it. You know what we could have done, I'm realizing, if we cropped this screen to get rid of the black on the sides? Oh my God, Cheddar. So listen, funny fact about these Joy-Cons that I'm playing with, they're wireless and they use like a pretty specific Bluetooth protocol to like connect to the Switch wirelessly. And there was a situation with them sometimes disconnecting or like not working well. And one of the things that Nintendo said was it's because
Water.
there's water. Like the signal doesn't transfer through water well. And so they said if there's anything like an aquarium around, you know, don't try to play through the aquarium. And then,
Which, like, honestly, who's playing through an aquarium?
and
What does that even mean?
and we used to call Cheddar. Oh, I did that wrong, right?
Disaster.
Oh wait, is there anything over here? Was Ralph C was saying something about going? And so we used to call Cheddar a water balloon because he had like a round belly. And then we realized the
Top
one
left.
day.
Top.
Oh, I missed it. In the secret room, go the top left. Can I go back again, do you think? What's on the top left? I don't think I ever knew of that.
I don't think I knew that either.
So then we used to call Cheddar a water balloon. And then one day we realized our Joy-Cons were acting really weird and like not working. Maybe I have to like run. No. I don't think there's anything here. And we realized the issue was that Cheddar was in between us and the Joy-Con. So like straight up, look, if I If I put the Joy-Con like here and try to play, there's sometimes going to be a delay. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to die. There's going to be a delay, and there's also going to be like a lag where you press the button and it doesn't necessarily press what you think it should press. And that's all because of Cheddar.
Sam and Watson, I think the Switch is totally worth it. There's rumors that there's a new one coming out.
Oh my God.
In September. But Elias uses his way more than I use mine, but it's just nice because it travels. Like
the Switch is my absolute favorite console that has ever come out for a variety of different reasons. Because first of all,
do you have opinions on this?
Oh my God, a lot. I have a lot of opinions. First of all, there is a plethora of content, right? So like,
listen, I don't do the Elias thing. I just guess. Nope.
You can get any type of game, any, I don't know, pricing. There's a lot of good quality content on the Switch for sure. The second thing about it is the unique nature. Oh, wait. Yeah. Screenshot that. The bug maybe.
Yeah, I think the spider is so funny.
Yeah, I think maybe the spider
and the yelling toad.
The thing. The portability of it. So the Switch is unique in that it is the only console that ever existed that allows you to hold it in your hands and play, but also then switch to playing on the TV, which is what the term Switch comes from. And it's also the only console to come with 2 built-in controllers right off the bat, where these little green and orange, pink, whatever, on my side of the screen connect to the sides of the Switch and can be used one player, or you can separate them and use them individually as 2 players. So like you built in can play multiplayer. And for those reasons, I think that the Switch is a fantastic deal.
And it's not really expensive.
Yeah, in the
like
grand scheme of it.
If you compare it to, I mean, it's still expensive, but if you compare it to like PS5 or Xbox or whatever, it's not really.
And I kind of agree with Jody that wait for the announcement, because I anticipate that if they do announce a new one, they're either going to lower the cost of this current one, or they're going to discontinue it, which means a lot of places might sell it like really cheap. But the rumor is that in September they're going to release one.
Oh man!
And actually, as early
as
Leroy, I don't know. Oh
shoot! Look at Bernie, this little floof.
What was that?
He's out of here. They move around the board.
So
no.
What?
You have to go to the ship.
Wait, what?
You already opened up the castle. You have to go to the ship where he flew to.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, and that's my turn?
Yeah, that's what listen, you get what you get.
Leroy is skinny, said Ralph Cia, so that was not Leroy. It figures in the same year I buy Switch, they're releasing a new one. We think, this is all rumor, but the rumor is that as early as next week, they might announce it to prepare people for the switch over. No pun intended. So.
What do you think they'll call it?
I think they might be called the Nintendo Switch Pro. If it's called something different, in my opinion, then they're not going to get rid of this one. But if they just call it the new Nintendo Switch or one of those things, then I think they will get rid of this one.
But don't they have a Switch Lite now, right?
Yeah, and the Switch Lite, just FYI for anyone who's interested in doing this, I don't know that I currently recommend the Switch Lite, because the whole point of the Switch is to switch from playing handheld to TV, and the Switch Lite does not do that. It only is handheld. Nintendo Switch G5. Oh my God. Remember those, Paul?
Oh my God.
I'm thinking of getting a Switch, said Bella, and when that happens, everyone in Discord is going to hate me. No, my God. I'm all for it.
Oh, this guy needs to chill.
You got to jump and get it. Otherwise, you don't get it. There you go. My left joystick is already breaking, and it's been a year. Swear to God, I have not had any Joy-Con drift issues on a multitude of Joy-Cons that I own.
Maybe
I
this
have the
is
Animal
a good,
Crossing edition too, Jody.
Do you
I'm
think
obsessed
this is
with
a
it.
Good stopping point, the second level.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Let's just sort of wrap up and Look at the king over there. And see the screenshots. You can stomp on your enemies using Goomba's shoe. I've enclosed a jewel that helps protect you. Oh, thanks, Princess Peach.
Ugh.
You need to press the button.
Oh, I forgot I'm the winner.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy this music a lot.
Okay, how do I save?
Okay, we can do this. We're going to create a suspend point, which means that we can now come back to this point whenever we want. But what I want to do first is this. We're going to go to albums. We're going to look at that one?
Go over.
Yeah, I think the one where he's a little lower, right? Whoops.
Is there one where he's yelling more?
The spider?
No, I'm looking at the toad.
Oh, wait, we're going to do the picture of the toad?
I think the toad and the spider.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen.
Why?
Because it's a thin picture.
Okay.
So we'll see. I will do this. I'm going to send to my smartphone and where's my smartphone?
Your smartphone.
Yeah, well, that's what it said. All right, we're going to have our first our first giveaway happening shortly. And the first giveaway is going to be this random photo.
Should I start it now?
Yeah, you can start it now.
While you're printing it. So yeah, if you guys want to enter the giveaway,
it's going to be a picture of something from Mario Bros 3 and also a Muskrat Nation sticker once we get them in next week. We're going to throw all of these into the mailbox next week at some point. Probably like Wednesday, I want to say. So enter to win, and I will show you what the picture is going to look like shortly once I get it all situated. I'm so excited to go camping tomorrow, Chris.
I really hope we have to turn the heat on, that it's like cold enough, because that's just the best feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The air conditioner never really like is comforting. It's kind of just like it's taking away the uncomfort.
The uncomfort.
But I feel like
discomfort.
The heat, yeah, whatever.
All right, Chris, I'm going to need your help here to see.
Alana wants nice eggs. Oh my God, that makes me so happy, Alana, that you want to win the nice eggs thing.
Oh, wait, Chris, I think it might work.
Because it's totally random, but I still love it because I think it's like just such a good representation of this group. This is not this giveaway. We're going to give this one away in a sec. But right now we're running the raffle for...
Look.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So look, this is going to be the picture, which is hysterical to me. It's from Mario 3. I keep messing it up. And it's hard to focus, but it is of the screaming king assistant and then the king who's turned into a spider with his crown on the floor. So funny. All right, print.
Oh my God, the Muskrat Cam is empty. You said you're excited for today's Can Chris Get It?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm just curious to see how much you'll remember. Is my thing. Wait, what'd you say? The Muskrat Cam is frozen?
No, it's empty.
Oh. I put my car's butt warmer on tonight, aka as heated seat, LOL. Uh-oh, Cheddar's losing his mind over there.
Yeah, I mean, it feels chilly. When I took the garbage out before, it was like super chilly.
I'm like legitimately looking forward to tomorrow and the coolness of it all. All right, so picture is printed. That wraps up that pack of 10. So I need to put in a new one for tomorrow. We're going to have some giveaways tomorrow, right? Or at least try to.
Yeah, we can try to do dumpster fire. I have an extra patch.
And it's probably going to be a dumpster fire of a stream, so that's kind of perfect.
That's perfect. So yeah. I'll bring a dumpster fire patch to give away on tomorrow's stream, and we'll take a Polaroid too of us like during the stream.
Yeah, that'll be cute. Okay.
What is
Excuse
happening
me.
here?
Whoops. Why don't you move that over to there, Chris, so you could see?
So there's 1 more minute left for this giveaway. So get your entries in now.
Oh my God, this picture is really funny. We also, Chris, I think what me and you need to do tomorrow, if we have like our time to hang out and relax, is probably play Miitopia more so that we can get like a bit further ahead.
Oh
know?
my God, this is perfect.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Look at it. It's still developing, but look at it.
Sam and Watson, this is the Apple brand of the woven Pride band that they released.
It's it's like Apple every year for, I think now this is going on like 4 or 5 years. We have all of the bands each of the years. And they're all super unique. They're all super fun. They're comfortable, and I like the variety. Like I think that from all of the bands we've had, there's a variety of them, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, they're always different.
And it's so nice. Look at it. And it comes with a super cool watch face, where like when you turn it,
And I love that they included the colors for the Progress Pride.
Yeah, I think
flag
that's so
now.
cool.
Which also I included in my Peloton logo that I embroidered.
But there's no pink or blue. I'm just realizing.
The hat is pink,
Oh.
and that's because I don't have enough room to put that. So I just included the...
You don't have enough room, so you just dismiss the whole grouping of people because you didn't have enough room. Oh my God. You can no longer enter the raffle.
Are you ready? Do you want to pick the winner?
You guys are too bougie for me, LOL. Got to get a cheap version off Amazon. The Solo, whatever it's called, the loop thing is so comfortable. I'm a big fan. Okay, we're ready to pick our winner for a Muskrat Nation sticker plus a Mario Bros. 3 screenshot Polaroid. And the winner is Bella Magdala. You won. You are going to be receiving a spider that was once a king with his crown on the floor and a screaming king's assistant. Which is just, you know.
Congrats, Bella. You can put it right next to the troll butt.
And then look at it. It's a really funny photo. So that's what you're going to win. This has, if you ask anyone to pick a memorable moment from any Mario Bros. Or any Mario 3, this will not be it. So that's what we do on this stream here. We're kind of a little bit of a dumpster fire. So you get what you get and you don't get upset. So that's what you're getting, plus a Muskrat Nation sticker. So congratulations.
Okay, now
Same Abishi.
the prize of the day.
Or do you want to do Chris got it?
Let's start the raffle.
Got it.
And then we can start Can Chris Get It? So this is...
Wait, Chris, her name is Meg. What did you call her? Bella? Because that's what we call her
I
Bella
always just say
because
Bella Meg because...
Bella once said, "Call me Bella" on here. And I think that's why we say it, right?
Yeah,
That's
no,
what you
I know.
said.
I know. It's
Yeah,
Meg.
yeah. Okay, good.
But I can call you Meg if you prefer. I just don't want to confuse Mega Meg and Bella and all of that. So,
Bella Meg.
so
Yeah,
we're
see Bella on here.
Bernie. Okay, we're gonna start the raffle for the Nice Eggs stick-on patch.
Heidi says, "I never want anything like ever, and I want the egg, increasing my options." LOL. Oh my God, this
Wait,
is so
who
funny.
wants it? Bella wants one?
No, Heidi said that she never wins anything ever to Alana. She's saying it. And I just really want the egg. I'm increasing my options. I don't know what that means. How are you increasing your options?
She said she didn't enter for the other picture because she wants...
Oh, that's very funny.
That makes me so happy that you guys want this because I thought it was going to be like stupid and you were going to think like we're crazy.
No, I think it's so good, Chris. I love it.
So, I mean, maybe I'll do more prints of it. I don't know. I mean, I just I feel like I'm a dumpster fire when it comes to these ideas, and then
No,
the fact that
they're
everybody
so
embraces them and doesn't think I'm crazy makes me happy.
Okay, so ready? We didn't do it. We didn't start it yet. So don't do anything yet. I'm completing the prior one. And now the next one we're doing is it just this, Chris? I just started it.
Yeah.
All right, we are live
So you have 5 minutes
for the nice eggs.
Nice
So-
eggs patch. This is
Here, you can pick this
5
one.
points for subscribers, 1 point for non-subscribers. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe for free.
it really just amazes me, the group that we have, because the fact that there's such engagement, the fact that there's so many subscribers, the fact that you're all so kind to each other, it's just really, really, really remarkable. And it warms my heart to know that.
I love it. It makes me so happy.
It absolutely, it just,
And like I said, I mean, like these stupid patches, I mean, we talked about it randomly. I was like, how much fun would it be if we made patches and did this and that? And now look, it's turned into this whole thing. And it just, I don't know what why I get such gratification giving out these patches and coming up with this idea and like finalizing the design. But it is
your
like
little baby.
It's like a thing for me. I don't know. I love it.
Sam and Watson, you can only subscribe. You're basically given one free voucher for a subscription to Twitch channels. That's what Amazon gives you. Like your Amazon Prime membership gives you only one voucher, which is like $5 worth or whatever. And if you don't use that, or if you've already used that, or you want to use it for something else, then the subscription cost is $5 per channel. And all the way that it works is like a portion of the funds go to the creators plus then Twitch.
Yeah.
And then you get benefits from it that way.
With like the emotes and the no.
There's no ads. There's, the emotes. There's, we could, and we haven't, but we could make the stream a subscriber only stream, which means like, or like a night we can say like only subscribers come in, and like you would only be able to enter if you were subscribed, So there's a lot of other stuff like that.
No, Bella, I can see on the page here you have 5 entries.
Chrissy redeemed a language lesson. So let me just check you off for that and get a muskrat for Oriole, said Silver. I will get up in just a moment after the language lesson to get Oriole. I think I know where he is. So while that's happening.
Oh, Oriole, he's right here.
Oh, is he right there?
I can't grab him, but he's...
What's a good one, Chris? What can I say?
Eggs.
How do I say eggs?
How do you say nice eggs? You can use your phone if you don't know.
Yeah,
them.
no, wait. I'm just drawing a blank.
I know how to say it in Spanish.
Aviga. Yeah.
Bueno huevos.
So look, Aviga. Look at Chris. AVGA, but not a g sound. It's like a g sound. Avga is multiple. It's eggs.
So what would it be? Kala Avga?
No, that's close. But I'll tell
like
you why
good
it's
egg.
not. Avgo with an O is 1 egg. Avga is 2 eggs or more, right? But when you say what Chris said was kala, which means like good, but you don't say good eggs. That's not a sentence you would say. Like that man wouldn't say to me that morning, "Oh, your eggs, look, they're good eggs," You could say good eggs because you're a good egg, but that's a different meaning than the man's version of nice eggs. And so therefore, in my language lesson to you, you wouldn't say kala, you would say orea. O-R-E-A. There's a lot of vowels in that. Orea avga means nice eggs. Orea avga.
Orea Havga.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you're butchering it, but orea avga, I would probably say is good, nice eggs. Kala avga means good eggs. As in,
Look, Sam and
these
Watson
eggs-
said it's probably huevo bueno. I know Spanish only from high school
Uso
and
for
middle
everyone.
school. High school and middle school. And I think I've told this story, but I am traumatized from my Spanish teacher in 7th grade who didn't like me for some reason and was mad because the class was at like 8 o'clock in the morning and I was a teenager and I would always yawn during the class because I really didn't like it. And she made me stick my head out the window. And told me
That story is absolutely horrifying.
and told me to get fresh air because I can't stop yawning.
The way Chris pronounces things in Greek reminds me of John Corbett's character in My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is so true. Side note, I went to school with a John Corbett who was Greek but didn't know any Greek and then ultimately learned, I think, and now like really identifies with his Greek culture. But yeah, Orea avga. Kala avga means that if you make breakfast for me one day.
What is Indoxi Havga? Is that like okay eggs?
No, you can't use it that way. And Daxi is a
like,
response to you, like, hey, can you do this for me? And Daxi, okay.
That's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
you're not saying, yeah, I'll write eggs, you know?
that's another good one though. Yeah, all right. Eggs, period.
Yeah, all right, comma, eggs, period. But if you make me eggs in the morning and I like them, which I always do, I would say, kala avga, like these eggs are good. Aftata avga in kala.
I feel like Alana and I lived like parallel lives because the connections are always there. Her French teacher hated her. My Spanish teacher hated me. Like, I never did anything to this woman. She just hated me, probably because I was so fabulous.
Yeah, of course she was jealous.
Okay, well, Mrs. Shunky, if you're watching this, I'm still mad at you for making me stick my head out the window.
Meh eggs. That's a good one, Bella. Did you see that one post of the that Leah sent to us earlier today where the TikTok was like a person describing God making a man and was like, yeah, all right. And then like God making a woman. They were like, oh, no, that's like, you know, that's too much or whichever way it was. And then it's like God making a gay man. It's like, okay, that's perfect. That wins. And that just made me laugh.
Okay, let's cut to Can Chris Get It so that I can give my nice eggs patch away.
What do you mean? You don't want to do it now?
No, we'll do it right after Can Chris Get It.
Oh, got it. Okay. So then
I mean, we have to end the stream on a high note.
hold on. I
giving my
forgot
nice
what
eggs away.
okay. Yes, I know what it is. Ready?
Wait,
We're going to
let me-
move on to Can Chris Get It? So on tonight's Can Chris Get It, talking about dumpster fires, I thought about what is the most dumpster fire family on the planet. And I am going to ask Chris to identify the names of the characters, because I don't think he knows the names of the people of this show. So you tell me how many of these characters you remember. It's okay if you don't know them, but if you know one, tell me who it is, and I will, tell
This
you if it's
show
right
is
or not.
so funny. If you guys, so listen, Body McBotface is working for us now. If you type !rules, it will put it in the chat for you.
Yeah, someone do it! Exclamation rules.
No, sorry. Patsy knows. Patsy knows the stream better than we do.
Oh yeah, I'm just following
Exclamation
up Chris.
CCGI.
The rules are, the golden rule of Can Chris Get It is that only Chris can guess.
But
Sorry, Chrissy and Sandy Cat. You did the great thing, but Chris was wrong. and
yeah, I was wrong. But can you put that in the book? Because rules also make sense, I think.
I think you're right. I think rules probably is easier.
Okay, so in the red, RIP is Lucille.
Correct.
The guy on her husband, I don't even want to like address him because I don't think he's
I
a good
agree. I
person.
think he's not. He's a
So
very
he's
bad person.
next.
Yeah.
I got it. He's
Yeah, you just get that.
he's a ghost of a person.
It's like when a teacher makes a mistake on a test and everyone just gets that question right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This
This is Arrested Development, Sam and Watson. Excuse me. Is that Job in the middle? No, Job is on the right.
Okay, funny you say that. I actually don't know who the middle person is.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know
that
who that
they're.
is
I don't
either.
think they're an actor. I think they're probably like a writer or director or something.
Oh,
But this
okay.
is the highest quality image I can get of like the cast that I wanted you to get. So
Yeah, Potty McBotface being a subscriber. Thank you, see his daughter.
Oh, totally. It's hysterical.
It is literally perfect.
now, folks, if you haven't seen the show, I'm going to just plug it for a second. Aside from the oldest man on here being a full-fledged scumbag in real life, aside from that, you kind of have to just ignore that for a moment. But everything else about the show is absolute perfection. It's not a sitcom. It's like a comedy that continuously progresses the story, and it's short. It's only 3 seasons. Don't include the Netflix seasons. They're terrible.
I feel like our dumpster fire of a stream has parallels to this
Big time.
a weird,
Big time.
crazy way.
This family
Not
is a
putting us-
hot mess.
Not saying that we are funny at the Arrested Development level. All I'm saying is that we kind of just go in a
Jody,
weird direction.
thanks for gifting a sub.
Go in weird directions sometimes. Don't drink your wine. Jody's going to choke you. I also know Porta or something. Porta Porsche who's married to Ellen.
Wait, why is he so bad? I honestly can't remember, and just Google it if you want. I don't want to even like entertain him. But
I think that there was some like Me Too stuff going on.
yeah, I think so.
Like he was harassing women and it was like it came out.
So, Chris, can you just repeat that name for me, please? The first and last name?
Porta Porsche and the blonde hair.
Porta Porsche. Okay, Porta Porsche.
Porta. What's her name?
Porsche Porta. Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor is his name. First of all, that is not her character name on the show. The name you're trying to get is her real name. And
I
both
don't
of those are
remember her.
wrong. But pretend you combined them and pretend that you're doing, when we say like Schmader Todd or something, try to do that, but combined them. It's one.
Parta Posh.
No, one name. Combine them. What was the very first one you said?
Porta.
And then
Portis.
what's the second name?
Porsche.
Start with that.
Portia Porta.
There, Portia.
What's her name is Portia in the show or on the
No,
her
in real life, she's Portia.
What's her last name?
In what? The show or real life?
Real life.
Portia de Rossi.
Oh, okay. Then it's Michael's in the middle, I think.
Yeah, it was someone, I think it was Tater Tot, speaking of Schmader Tot. Porsche sounds like a place you go to the bathroom. Porsche Ellen. Wait, so who is the next one you said?
Michael, the like baby Michael.
Baby Michael?
In the middle. He was on Juno.
No, that's not Michael.
Is Michael on the left from
Yeah. But you're close with the top middle.
Mitchell?
No, it's 2 names. There's a reason behind his name.
Michael.
Now that's the second part of his name. Of his
Adam
first name.
Michael.
No.
Elizabeth Michael.
Who sang Freedom? Who sang I can't stand Dr. Phil either. The guy in the middle is the director, said Paul. Are Jeffrey Tambor and Dr. Phil the same guy? Basically, I hate both of them.
Is it
My cousin, who is my godmother's child, with the whole house situation.
George? George Michael.
There you go.
And then it's like Danielle on the right, Debbie in the red. The other, like the maroon color.
It rhymes with what you just said, but it's a ridiculous name.
Delicatessen.
Tonight, I might have cheesecake, but I also might have cookies. So,
Dessert.
no, I gave it a terrible example.
Decision.
It's kind of like that. It's like either this or that.
I
I might do this, but I might do that. So
Decision.
What is the mom's name in It Takes Two?
May. Del May.
May something. One word. Maybe.
And then, did I get Michael? Is that the guy?
Yeah,
the
you got
guy?
Michael. I don't know who's behind Michael. I'm not going to lie.
Job is in the yellow or
The like orangey.
yeah. And then Gary's on the right.
No, Gary's from. You're saying Gary from Veep.
What is his name then in this show?
Think about it. Think about Lucille saying his name.
I don't know. Is it a J?
No. You know when you say the saying like I hope they get run over by
Truck?
no.
Car? Bus?
Mm-hmm.
Bussy.
If you don't know what a bussy is, I encourage you to look it up, but make sure no one's around. Oh my God, we're going to get banned. We're going to get canceled.
I can't focus now.
I'm just seeing on Google like a spike of people
I'm
searching
gonna
for
turn
bussy.
really red.
Oh my God.
What is it? Give me a better hint than that. Yeah, I'm gonna go on mute and I'm gonna take a pee break. I can't.
Start with that. And it's like a name, like a stupid name that it's 2 syllables that she calls him.
Buddy?
No, but like kind of. No, it's not Buddy. It's if you blank on nut.
Busty. Buster.
There you go.
His name was Buster?
Yeah, think about her saying it.
I don't remember that.
Yes, his name was Buster. Oh my God. We are going.
Oh my God.
We are going to be canceled. But yeah, you did it. You did a good
no,
job.
I didn't get the Never Nude guy. Joel?
Oh.
Joel?
The Never Nude guy, the fact that you even know him as the Never Nude guy, though, you know his name.
Dr.
It's like almost like a biblical name. Okay, by the way, that term that Alana highlighted was never actually said. It was split between me and Chris. Still lost of this bussy. Oh my God, I'm dead.
I can't. I literally can't.
It's another way to talk about the place used for butts.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Can we get the Never Nude guy? What is his name?
Oh my God, I'm sweating.
Biblical.
Do you know McGuire?
James?
Blank McGuire?
Tony.
It's close.
Tommy McGuire.
No.
Joey McGuire.
No, it's the first thing you did.
Tommy?
Tony you said,
Tony
but
McGuire.
change the N with something else earlier in the alphabet.
Tommy. Tom McGuire.
Early in the alphabet.
Taki.
No, it rhymes with Tony. Early in the
Toby
alphabet.
McGuire.
Toby McGuire. Okay, now take the Toby and modify it.
Tob. Tob.
It's 3 syllables. It's a weird name.
Tobifer. What?
You got it. It's Tobias.
Tobias. I never would have gotten
Tobias
that.
Funke, that whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
And
Now I get it.
He's
a doctor.
the therapist, and
yeah.
and it becomes the
I feel like you guys are going to need therapy after this stream.
Toba I can't. I'm dead. All right. Can we get a winner here?
Yeah,
because I really need to go pee.
I need to give my nice eggs patch away. Jeez. What am I doing?
We are going to pick a winner now for the nice eggs patch, and the winner.
Who is going to get... Wait, Hey, Raisin, are you ready to close the stream out? Who is going to get this nice
Drum
eggs
roll.
patch? Oh, wait, I need to go to cameras only. Okay.
I think we need a Metopia character called Busty.
nice
eggs. That's
patch.
sort of like a bad egg.
A bad
And
egg.
the winner is...
Who is going to win this nice eggs patch? I'm so excited.
And the winner is Kara. Good
Kara.
job. Congrats.
Congratulations. Email us at The Real Airstreamers, and I'll send you this nice eggs patch.
Oh my God, that is so exciting. Love, love, love. Congratulations.
And I have 2 more, so we'll run, since it seems like you guys like my nice eggs patch, which makes me really happy.
We can do it tomorrow.
Since tomorrow, I still think dumpster fire is appropriate.
Oh,
we could do both.
Yeah.
We'll do
okay,
2.
Yeah. That's fine.
Listen,
That's
it's
fine.
generous. It's a generous weekend. For Memorial Day, we'll give away tomorrow a dumpster fire and a nice eggs patch. So do you have Kara written down?
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, no. All right, folks.
All right, folks. I say folks. I've gotten used to it. I actually have not said guys in a really, really long time. So I'm happy about that. Listen, we've had a fantastic time tonight. Thanks, Steve, for picking Mario 3. And I look forward to whatever sort of dumpster fire stream will happen tomorrow. It's going to be a shorter one, and it may not be good quality, which is why we added Metopia yesterday. But I am still looking forward to it anyway. And I hope to see you all there, no matter what the circumstances are. And remember, it's at 6 o'clock tomorrow because we were hoping for a little bit more sun, although we realize it's going to be pouring rain. So either way, but that's it. Thank you, folks, for joining another episode of Airstreamers. And we hope you have a wonderful night.
Good night, everyone.
See ya.